What's up guys? Welcome to another Rise of Kingdom video. Today's video I want to clear up some misconception out there. I also want to show you guys which commander has the best expertise skill. Misconception number one, I need to have all maxed out legendary commander to be good. Misconception number two, all legendary commander need to be expertise to be good. I can prove you wrong right now. Let's go to my Sunset Canyon. You can look at my lineup right here. I'm using two epic commander, which is Joan d'Arc and Sun Tzu. And if you go to my commander list, my Constantine is not maxed out, not expertise. He at 5/5 for 2. I've been working on him. My Gwangju is at 5/3/1/1. I also been working on him too. I've been trying to get his last 2 skill up, but luck is not on my side. I'm keep getting his second skill max. Very unfortunate, but you can see my legendary commander are not expertise, and they doing amazingly well. If you say, oh, your kingdom is crap, you gotta lose if you play against like bigger kingdom. I can show you guys my record right here, which is from my previous KDK. We against 2 Imperium Kingdom, and I was at the top as well. And most of my legendary commander back then not even max. Here another one. So just to prove you guys wrong that you do not need all legendary commander to be expertise. And if you say, oh, Canyon doesn't matter, what matters mostly in the open field. Okay, here, look at my kill scout. 77 million T4 kill, 12 million T5 kill. It was last recorded in October 23rd, 2019. But I've been very active fighter. I've been out there every time when there's like war or anything. I'd be at the front line fighting. And I've been using all the commanders. I know which commanders can be very good without having them expertise. And misconception number 3, my legendary commander will be godlike after I expertise him or her. Well, there's your answer. Not all commander. I've wasted so much sculpture on to max out some of the commander just to be so disappointed. So you gotta be very careful. I do a lot of research on which commanders that really worth it to put in that actual 300 golden sculpture to max him or her. Today's video, I want to go through with you guys a list of all the legendary commander and all of their expertise skill. Go see which expertise skill is worth getting. Let's go to my tier list. One second. Okay. So let's go to my tier list. First commander I want to look at is a Magnus. So let's go back to our game and let's look at Magnus commander. His expertise skill, you'll get 10%. You will get 10% wounded troops instead of death. He's a garbage commander, and his expertise skill is complete garbage as well. Only work when you're hitting city, and I would prefer something like to help increase my stats like defense or attack, or like even help me deal a little bit more damage. Like you can take down the city faster, so you will also save. You will also have less death troops. You don't need this skill. This skill, like the expertise skill, is complete garbage. So let's go back to the tier list. And we have the first one in the complete garbage tier list for expertise skill. Next one we want to look at is Leo. We'll go back to the game again. And let's look at Leo expertise skill. I don't have him yet. So his expertise skill, when the army led by this commander have been reduced to less than 10% strength, increase all damage up by 400% and last for 10 seconds. Like if you only have a 10% troop left on the open field, you probably not gonna do any damage to anybody. And this skill might work for people who gotta do rally. It can work for like an hour or 2 hour long rally. He might be effective, but for 99% of us, this skill have no use. So it another complete garbage skill. So like you shouldn't be wasting 200 sculpture just to get his expertise skill. So let's go back to the tier list again. And we have another one at the complete garbage expertise skill. Next one we want to look at is Charmatel. So let's go back to the game again and let's look at his expertise skill again, like what Charmatel expertise skill can give us. I have him maxed at level 60, by the way. One of my favorite commander. His expertise skill, he'll get 5% more defense for infantry and 20% more march speed. Like 5% more defense, 5% more health. Like that is not a game changer. 20% march speed is not going to help you run any faster on the open field for an infantry. Like, would you want to waste 200-300 golden sculpture on him just to get his expertise skill? Like for a free-to-play player, I wouldn't recommend you. You would rather just wait for the golden key. So like, his expertise skill is so-so, but like you can definitely live without him being expertise. So let's go back to the tier list again, and we'll put him into don't need to be expertise. Next one we have a YSE. We'll go back to the game and we'll look at YSE skill. I also have a YSE expertise. So for his expertise skill, he'll deal 300 more damages in a circular area. And if you, someone who haven't had him expertise, the AoE area after he got expertise is double the size of his original AoE skill. So with the 300 more damage and much bigger coverage area, it's so worth it to get him to expertise. So let's go back to the tier list again. And let's put him into either good to have expertise or must have expertise. And I think definitely a must have expertise because it's like a game changer after you have him expertise. He is so much better in flag defense with expertise than before he had expertise. Next one we want to look at is LSIT. So let's go back to the game again and we'll go to LSIT expertise skill. Let's take a look. So hit expertise skill, increase archer attack by 5%, defense by 5%, increase archer unit damage to infantry by 2%. So a 10% stat boost overall. So a very decent, like a decent so-so expertise skill. It's not something I would want to invest a lot of sculpture on just to unlock his expertise skill. So he's definitely someone I would put in don't really need expertise, and he can just be fine. Next one we want to look at is Minamoto. I'm not gonna look at his expertise skill since he's one of those that you need to buy the bundle and then you can just max him using the bundle. So like his expertise is given. You should expertise him. Next one we want to look at is Attila, like one of the free commander from the game. You can get her sculpture from just like keep playing expedition and collect her sculpture every day. But let's look at her expertise skill and see how good her expertise skill is. Attila. Her expertise skill. So with her expertise skill, she deal extra 20% damage to enemy who have been slow. And if you haven't know, with level 60, with her talent tree, she can apply slow effect when she casts her skill. So 20% damage for 5 seconds? 5 seconds? No, yeah, for 5 seconds, 20% more damage, which is really, really good for a free commander. So her expertise is definitely something you should get. Let's go back to the tier list again. And we'll put her into good to have expertise. And it's free to expertise her anyway. So you should always expertise her. Next one we have is Richard. Let's go back to the game and look at Richard's expertise skill. I also have a Richard at level 60 and expertise. So with his expertise skill, reduce all damage taken by 5% and increase damage dealt to cavalry unit infantry by 2%. 10-second march speed reduction doesn't really matter. So you get 5% more damage reduction. Like if you look at his second skill, he got 15% damage reduction. Cavalry attack damage bonus 10%. So 5% more damage reduction doesn't mean a lot. I mean, like, good to have expertise, but will you gonna die if you don't have him expertise? No, like he'll still do well on the open field if you have him at 5.5.5.1. And you'll be disappointed if you wasted 300 sculpture more just to get him expertise, just to find out, oh my god, he's still the same. Like nobody gonna attack him anyway. So he one of the commanders that you don't need him to be expertise, and he's still gonna be really good. So let's go back to our tier list again, and we'll put him into the don't need expertise skill. Like if you really want it, if you into infantry commander and you have a lot of golden sculptures, and yeah, like put the sculpture on him. But for some like free to play players, you don't have a lot of golden sculptures and don't need to expertise him. Like he's fine at 5.5.5.1. I save those 300 sculpture for somebody else. Next one we have is Gwangju. Let's go back to the game and look at Gwangju again. So, one of my new favorite commander. I don't have a sculpture to put on him. I've been trying to get his third and last skill, but been very unlucky. Keep getting his second skill for whatever reason. But anyway, let's look at his expertise, because that's what we're here for. So Gwangju expertise. Whenever Gwangju gain a shield, he also increase his active skill damage by 15% for only 3 seconds. So if he's a primary commander, he's not gonna get, like his expertise not gonna work on either Alex or Charmatel, because like by the time they cast their shield, to his turn, it takes like 5 to 6 seconds, so he'll never able to use his expertise. The only time he'll be able to use his expertise is when he pair with Leo, which have a 10% trigger, or you have to have that lucky coin, which only 0.01% of the Rise of Kingdom player have it. So his expertise is either complete garbage or something that you don't really need to have. And for some like free to play or low spender player, I wouldn't recommend you to get his expertise. Like save it for somebody else. So let's go back to the tier list. And his expertise, it's not a complete waste, but you don't really need it. So let's put him in that don't need expertise. Next one we want to rank is Attila. So let's go back in the game again to look at Attila expertise skill. Okay. So here we have Attila expertise skill. Troop led by Attila, immune to silence, pretty good. Very good against Gwangju, I guess. Against enemy troop with less than 50% strength, increased damage dealt by 20%. So this is what happens. So when you're doing rally a city or rally a flag, like the flag and the city can go to below 50% very quickly. So that's why his expertise can kick in really fast. So if you want to invest in Attila and Takeda, his expertise is a must. Like you gotta be the rally leader. You need to invest in him, and you need to get his expertise because that's where he will shine. So let's go back to the tier list, and we'll put him as must-have expertise because if you invest in him, you'll probably one of those who will do rally. He's a rally leader. You need him to have expertise. Next one to be ranked, we have Constantine. Let's go back to the game again and we'll see what Constantine can give us for his expertise. So for Constantine's expertise skill, increase troop attack by 15% and defense by 5%. So his expertise increased like the overall troop stats by 20%. So it worked for archer, worked for infantry, worked for cavalry, also worked for sieges. So I would say it is extremely good, especially if you gotta be a garrison captain. Like it gives a stat boost for all the marchers inside the flag, or like even 20% stat boost is like double what Traumatel get. Like the Traumatel get what 5%. Traumatel get 5% more defense, 5% more health, only for infantry. So it only applies for infantry. Whereas you have a Constantine expertise increase 20%, like for all the troop type. So what do you think? Like something you should get? Yes, definitely. That's what I'm working on in I'm trying to get into expertise as well to get that 20%. So let's get back to the tier list, and we'll put him to really good to have expertise. Like he can do well with the expertise as well. That's why like you don't have to rush to get his expertise. But if you could invest in someone to get expertise, definitely consider Constantine. Next one on the list we have Uzi Tian. Like if you got invested in her, is she worth it to get her to expertise? We'll find out by looking at her expertise skills. Uzi Tian. Expertise skill. Counter attack damage 20%. Very good. Incoming attack have a 10% chance to deal damage to the attacker with the damage factor of 500. So on average, 50% damage. So the best thing here is the counter attack damage, plus 20%. Like definitely something I would get, but it's not something she cannot live without. So go back to tier list again. Definitely try to get her to expertise if you can. Like if you want to invest in her, get her to expertise, but she not a must-have expertise. Next one on the list, we have Tomris. Go back and look at her skill. Where Tomris at? I have her unlocked as well. Her expertise, increase normal attack and counter attack damage by 10%. So similar to what Uzi and Uzi 10 can provide. So you have here 10% counter attack damage and 10% normal attack damage. Very good in my opinion. When attack, reduce attack of the reduce attack of the attacker cavalry unit by 10%. So we can help her survive a little bit longer on the field if she got targeted by cavalry. So is it worth to get her expertise? I would say definitely yes. But can she live without the expertise skill? Like, for sure, like 10% more attack, normal attack, and 10% more counter attack damage. Yeah, like you could probably put it in somebody else, but it would be very nice to have her expertise, in my opinion. But she is a not must-have expertise. Next one on the list, we have, let's look at another arch commander, Edward. Go back and look at Edward expertise skill. Where is it? Right here. Increase normal attack and counter attack damage by 50% for 2 seconds after using a skill. So after he using his skill for 2 seconds, all normal attack and counter attack damage increase by 50%. And then the secondary commander using the skill, they also get the 50% damage attack boost for another 2 seconds. So it's 4 seconds of 50% more counter attack and normal attack damage. Look at Uzi 10, she got 20%. Look at Tomris, she got 20%. But Edward got 50% for 4 seconds. Like, for me, if I'm investing in Edward, his must be expertise. Like his expertise skill will make him so good, regardless of what you want to do, rally or open field. Like you need him to have expertise skill. He one of the commanders that you need to have expertise. So if you decide to invest in Edward, you need to get him maxed out by level 60 expertise. Next one we have Takeda. Let's look at his skill. I have a Takeda expertise too. So with his expertise skill, he deals actual 30% normal attack damage to enemies who have been debuffed with fear as the fire. So 30% more normal attack damage. So you see Edward 50% normal attack and counter attack damage. But for Takeda, only 30% more normal attack damage. And only when the target is under the debuff from his first active skill. So like when you're comparing his expertise to Edward expertise, it's not a must-have. It's not a game-breaking changer. So he's like his expertise is still very good, but it's not something you really need. Like it's something if you have some extra sculpture out there, you can try to get him expertise. But then you know the amount of sculpture you need to get like the last 3 or 4 skill of each commander. Like you need 300. Like so you have to decide if is it worth it to get him to expertise. Let's go to the tier list again. Like I would say his expertise is very good, and it's very good for you to try and get him expertise, but it's not a must-have expertise. Next one we have Can. Let's go back to the game and look at Can expertise. I also have him maxed out. Let's look at his expertise. If the chosen one skill is used while the army led by this commander contains only cavalry unit, grant a 30% chance that the chosen one skill will be cast again instantly. So you have 30% chance of dealing 1700 damage. So on average, you get about 5100, no, 510. So on average, you get 510 more damage if that, on average. That is a very decent amount of damage. Another thing about Khan is that you need all of his skill. Like all of his skill work anywhere on the field or in rally. So his expertise can provide a high damage output. Also, you also need pretty much all of his other skill as well. So he one of the commanders that if you want to invest in him, you need to get him to expertise. So let's go back to the tier list again, and we will put him into must have expertise. Let's go for another one. We have next one is Julius Caesar. Let's go back to the game. I have a Julius Caesar Max. I think I wasted some golden sculpture on him too. Like, it was a very bad investment. But that was a very early. It was at a very early stage of the game. There were not many commander out there. Anyway, let's look at his expertise skill. So for his expertise skill, you will deal extra 400% damage. Yeah, the only thing different from his expertise skill is you'll get to be able to deal 400 more damage. If you look at Can expertise have him deal more, on average, 510. Look at it, so 30% chance to deal 1700 damage. So 30% of 1700 is 510. So on average, 510 more damage. Julius Caesar, 400 damage constantly, which could be very good. But it's not a must-have expertise for Julius Caesar. So let's go back to the tier list and we'll put him. I mean, like his expertise is pretty good. Like you should get his expertise if you can, because he's 400 more damage. Very decent. Next one we have Alex. I know we have a lot of Alex fanboy out there. Right. So let's look at Alex expertise skill and see if it's worth it to get him expertise. You can see I have Alex maxed out as well, level 60 expertise. Let's look at his expertise skill. Like what's different? Like what does he get from his expertise skill? So with his expertise skill, you'll be able to increase the damage taken of nearby enemy up to 3 targets by 30% for 4 seconds. So 30% more damage, which means the target will take more 30% normal attack damage, 30% more counter attack damage, and 30% more active skill damage. That's why when you put like a nuker after Alex, they can deal so much more damage. And this is one of the best expertise skill in the game. Like 30% more counter attack damage, 30% more normal attack damage, and 30% more active skill damage. It's like you cannot get any more broken expertise than Alex. That's why we have so many Alex fanboy out there. Yes, like he's a really good commander, but then if you invest in him, you need to get him to expertise. So he one of the commanders that you need to put a lot of investment into him. You need to get him to expertise to be really good, otherwise you don't invest in him at all. So let's go back to the tier list again. Yeah, all the fanboys gonna be so happy that I put Alex to number 1 because they don't really read the title of the video. They just see the video, be like, oh, we have Alex on the rank, we have Alex on the tier. Oh my god, why he's at the bottom? Why he's not at the top? Oh my god, I don't like this video anymore. Like, why my Alex is not at the top? He S tier. Why he's not at the top? Like, come on, guys. You gotta know what the video is all about, like, before you comment. Next one we have Freddy. Let's go take a look at Freddy's skill. Okay. Freddy. Where is Freddy? Right here. Expertise skill. For the next 3 seconds, instead of have 80% chance to deal 800 damage, you guarantee to deal 800 damage to the target. So 20% differences of 2400, so 3 seconds, 800 damage, so 2400 damage total, and you get 20% more of doing that. So 20% of 2400 is about 480. So 480, not too bad, you know, consider to a Julius Caesar you get 400 damage. So with Freddy expertise you deal about 480 more damage. I mean, a decent amount of damage, but it's not a game-breaking changer expertise. So he's definitely a good to have expertise. Like if you want to invest in him, which I don't really recommend, try to get him to expertise. But like he's not one of the commander I recommend you to invest in. We're just talking about his expertise skill. Is it good or not? And I'm telling you that his expertise is good to have. I'm not telling you to invest in him. Next one we have Barker. Where is Barker? You see, you know, I'm free to play. I don't have him unlocked. Look at his expertise skill. Deal direct damage for the single target, then deal additional damage factor 300 to 3 target. So his expertise skill gave him the AoE damage. So his original skill only target 1 target and debuff 1 target. But with his expertise skill, you will have him deal 300 more additional AoE damages, plus you got debuff 2 actual player around you. So like it would be a very, very good expertise to have. Like it will be a big difference for him with and without expertise on mass PvP. If you do like single PvP, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much the same. So for his expertise, I would say really good to have. I mean, like, it's a must-have expertise, but if there another tier called really good expertise, I would put him there. But his expertise is really good to have. And if you go buy him, if you go buy the VIP chest, might as well just buy everything and get him expertise. Next one we have a Mermath. Oops, I didn't show the tier. So you can see here, I put Barker at the good tier. Now if they're really good tier for expertise, I would put him there. So next one to be look at is a Mermath. So let's go back to the game and we look at Mermaths again. Where is my Mermath? Right here. I think I spent like 10 universal sculpture on him because I just really want to get I think I was looking, I think I was at like 5, 4, 1, 1. And I really wanted it to get to 20% for Sunset Canyon, so I actually wasted 10 universal sculpture on him. Let's look at his expertise skill. So his expertise skill, he deal 200 more damages. Anything else? He deal a little bit more damage to city. 50% chance to deal second burst additional damage to garrison and watchtower. 500 more. So if you just use him for open field, he doesn't get a lot more damages. Only 200 more damages if you use him for open field. But if you like use him for rallying city a lot, then it's worth it to get him expertise. So yeah, it's I would say a good expertise skill, but it's not a game-breaking expertise skill like Alex. So let's go back to the tier list, and we'll put him in good expertise. Next one to be ranked, we have a Chow Chow. Let's look at Chow Chow's skill. Man, I wish I could return all my universal sculpture I used on Chow Chow back. I think I invested like 200-300 universal sculpture on him just to get him expertise, and I was so disappointed. So let's look at Chow Chow expertise. So for Chow Chow expertise, he get 25% more attack, but to get that 25% more attack, you lose 10% defense. So in a sense, you get a net of 15% more attack only. If you look at other commander like Charmatel, they get 5% more defense, 5% more health. Or Constantine, you get 20% more stat boost overall for all marches. Chow Chow, like you get only 15% for only cavalry, and then for how squishy cavalry is, you lose 10% defense, and you get like wreck on the open field because you don't have the defense anymore if you get swarmed. I mean, like, I really wish I could get my universal sculpture back from him, and the golden star too. But I can't anymore because I already used them on him. I can't take them back. But let's his expertise skill. Is it worth it for you to wasting 200 universal sculpture on him? No, he also coming from golden key, so he'd wait. Don't. He doesn't need expertise. He can live without expertise. He'll be tankier without expertise. Go to the tier list again. I mean, like, you could wait for him to come out from golden sculpture. I mean, it's nice to have expertise since you still have a positive of 15%, but do you think you're gonna be so good on the open field if you have a 15% more attack? Nah, I don't think so. I've been fighting a lot, and then 10% or 15% more attack boost doesn't make any difference. Like you go on KVK map when war happen, you pick up like a 10% defense wound or 10% attack boost. Is your troop just magically stronger? Like can you suddenly a T4 player able to beat a T5 player because you get a 10% attack boost? No, it doesn't affect a lot. Like it doesn't mean much. It means nothing. Like 10%, 15%. It's not something you should be like consider. Next one we have is the new archer commander, Artemisia. Let's go back to the display capture again and look at her expertise. I don't have her unlocked yet. So her expertise skill, normal attack has a 10% chance to cause the target to take continuous damage for 400 for 3 seconds. But there is a negative effect. You will also give your target a 15% skill damage boost. So her expertise can work really well against commanders that doesn't do a skill damage. So she can work really well when she attacks Richard, Charmatel, or Alex. Or she can defend it very well against Attila, Takeda, I guess, because they don't do any skill damage. But when she like hitting against some other nuker, like if she hit Shan or YSG, and this skill trigger, you just give them 15% skill more, like more skill damage. It's like she's shooting herself in the foot. It's like, hey, hit me more. I mean, like, it's a decent expertise skill. It worked on half of the commanders out there. I mean, like, it's not a must-have expertise. Like, it's not something you should be worry about, especially for a free-to-play player, in my opinion. So let's go back here again, and let's put her to good. Yeah, her expertise can work on a lot of like tanky commander, a lot of commanders that don't do skill damages. So I guess her expertise is okay, but she only have 10%. Like her expertise only have 10% chance of trigger. I mean, I hate those skills that only have 10% chance of trigger, and you never know when they got triggered. Okay, I think we have 2 more commanders to go. Next one we have a Saladin. Look at Saladin skill again. Where am I Saladin at? Yep, one of the commander I'm working on to. I'm waiting to get his skill to 5-5-5-1 before I start putting star on him. Very good commander. Okay, for his expertise skill, he'll deal 300 more damages, pretty much. That's the only thing matter here. So he'll deal 300 more he'll deal 300 more damages to a single target. So if you look at JC, Julius Caesar skill, like he deal 400 more damages. If you look at Khan's skill, he deal 510 more damages on average. I mean, only 200 more damages. Like it's not as good as when you compare to like other commander expertise. So it's not something you really need. That's why he can do very well at 5-5-5-1, and you don't need his expertise at all. I mean, like if he has a universal sculpture, You can definitely invest in him. I mean, his expertise is good to have. I mean, more damage is more damage, right? So 300 more damage is still something you can get more. So if you have the golden sculpture to drop on him, you should. But like he's one of those that, well, you can't put him expertise, or you don't really need him. So he's somewhere to don't need expertise. Yeah, 300 more, not that much. Don't need expertise. Only expertise in if you have a lot of golden sculpture. Next one, I mean last one. We have Ramsey. Okay, let's look at the last commander. So now we have, where are my Ramsey? Where am I Ramsey at? Ramsey, expertise skill. So for his expertise skill, he'll deal 400 more damages. And the target cannot receive any healing for 2 seconds. So 400 more damage, similar to the same amount like Julius Caesar. No game break, no breaking chain there. But for the target to not able to receive healing for 2 seconds, can work really well when you like attacking commander with healing skill like Takeda or Witcher, or like commander using defense talent tree. I mean, it's like it's not like it's a good expertise skill, but it's not something I would go crazy for. I mean, like if I'm gonna waste the sculpture on some other skill just to get him expertise, I wouldn't do it. But his expertise is a good to have expertise for sure. For sure, good to have expertise. I think that's it for all the commanders. I think I cover all of the legendary commander out there, except for the gathering commander. Obviously, nobody care about them. So yeah, I hope you guys learn a little bit today. Like, you don't need all the commander to be expertise. You don't need to use all the legendary commander to be good on the field or on Sunset Canyon. Yeah, and yeah, some commander is not gonna magically become super strong after you get them expertise. I mean, like 5 and 10, like 10, 15% more stat boost doesn't. It's not a game changer. So that you have it. Thanks for watching.